What up, dog? 7 in the morning on this cold, good Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I just heard somebody say they're a good person. They had to tell me they're a good person and shit. Not laugh. Like, nigga, what the fuck you mean? I know what you mean, but what would you say that for? You know? You gotta tell somebody you're a good person. You don't tell nobody you're a good person. It's with their actions. You know what I'm saying? Not with them words. So, what I want to say is, since I've been threatened, you know what I'm saying, since 2017, my life was threatened by a couple motherfuckers that was following me in the street, knowing where I was coming from downtown. You know what I'm saying? I was hanging out. So 2 weekends in a row, these motherfuckers was following me. You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay. Shit. 2 weekends in a row. You know, because the first time I posted a location up on the book where I was hanging at. And that night, it was a burgundy car. I said this once already. You dig what I'm saying? On the east side, followed me to my sister's house, but they turned around. You know, they ended up turning around and shit. Then the following week, it was 3 cars. 3 white cars. So, they ended up turning around. You know, I got back to the fool and shit. Because I peeped what they was doing. They ended up turning around. So, after that, you know, got me a new job and shit. So the rumors started going around at the job. I ain't had no place to stay. So I ended up getting a place to stay on the east side of Promenade Dixon. So I'm in that motherfucker. And you know, next door neighbors a bunch of niggas that sell weed. So one day I did some shit and come outside, you know, they laughing and giggling and shit. But something told me they was watching me. You know what I'm saying? They gave it away. You know? Long story short, they was watching me. You know what I'm saying? Because when I came out, they giggling and laughing, then they stopped. You know what I'm saying? They stopped this shit. So I ain't even paying no mind. It's like, okay, I'm kept moving. Then another day, you know what I'm saying, I looked up in the sky and shit. I'm like, oh shit, y'all got the wrong nigga. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, this is another shit that's making me feel like my life is threatened. You know what I'm saying? So another day, I went to the motherfucking, my cousin little barbecue. You know what I'm saying? My big cousin barbecue. You know? And all of a sudden it just started raining and shit. Motherfuckers like, damn, it wasn't supposed to rain today. It just started raining out the blue. I'm like, oh shit. Something ain't right. So the same shit happened again when it was a holiday and we had Bilal. Me and my sisters, my mama, nieces. My sister ended up getting up, going and leaving, going to the beach. And I'm like, damn, we just got here. Why she already about to go to the beach? And the rain started coming down. I'm like, oh shit, here we go with this shit again. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I ain't say nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I got the rumors at the job. You know what I'm saying? And then I ended up getting me a place to stay. Got me an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Because I could finally get an apartment in my name and shit. You know what I'm saying? Finally get me an apartment in my name. You know? So, this was right before 2020. No, this was right after 2020 when I got the apartment. Right after COVID. You know what I'm saying? I was staying out of room and shit. You know? So, I'm staying out of room. I can't remember different things that was happening of me being followed. I can't remember. But I was still feeling wishy-washy about the shit, even at the room. You know? But ended up getting a motherfucking apartment on motherfucking Hoover and 12 Mile. So I got the apartment. So, you know, neighbors acting funny and shit with their kids around my apartment. You know, I'm peeping all this shit. Maintenance going in my crib without me even knowing. You know, I got motherfuckers sitting different spots around outside the neighborhood, just sitting there. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, but that's normal. You know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping. But something telling me that's weird. Some weird shit going on. You know what I'm saying? One day I was trying to get a second job doing some electrical works. So I ended up calling this guy that had the, you know, that was the owner of the job. You know, talked to him for a minute. You know, we ended up getting off the phone because he's like, I'm gonna call you right back. So he called me back. He started asking me questions. Like the first time I went on the phone long. You know, but second time he called, he asked me questions about the job. So I'm like, you know, I'm answering some of the questions, but I'm like, man, why you can't just ask me these questions when we in person? Ain't that what the fuck you supposed to do or whatever? But I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, some told me somebody called him. You know, that's a whole nother situation how I figured somebody would call somebody I was talking to. You know what I'm saying? On the phone. You know, somebody would get in touch with somebody that I was talking to on the motherfucking phone. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we going back and forth. He getting the attitude and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why you getting the attitude? I'm just asking questions, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm answering your questions, you know? So I hung up. Man, motherfucking helicopter. Warren helicopter. Came down by my apartment. Crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker flew and got low as hell. Because I stayed next to a hospital too. So, they didn't go to the hospital. The motherfucker just flew down. I look out the window. Them niggas flew down by my apartment. And turned around, went back the other way. So I'm like, oh, that's some weird shit for real. You know what I'm saying? You know? But all in all, like I say, my life is being threatened, even at the job, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Had a supervisor, had motherfuckers come in the job that didn't work at the job, but act like they were working at the job to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I was already getting sabotaged at the job. You know what I'm saying? So, all this shit been going on since 2017. And I ain't hitting nobody, I ain't swung on nobody, I ain't shooting nobody when I have my gun. You know what I'm saying? I ain't cussing nobody out. I ain't been acting like a motherfucker would want me to act. You know what I'm saying? How motherfuckers pressing me to act. You know? Forcing me to act. Like, why motherfuckers is forcing me to act this way? You know, I don't even act irate on shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't be having these fucking issues and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I realized what a motherfucker was trying to do. You know, trying to hurt me, harm me, get me act out of character, get me to see, you know what I'm saying, follow me around to see who I hang with or who I run to if I'm in trouble or some shit, you know what I'm saying, or shit like that. I'm like, I don't run to nobody. I ain't got nobody to run to. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't be into shit. I don't be into no beef or no shit like that. You know? But if I was, I don't have nobody. I don't hang with a gang of niggas. You know? I don't have a nigga with a bunch of guns. You know what I'm saying? That I can get one from. I don't call my male cousins to you know what I'm saying, if I did have beef, calling them to help me out on the shootout. Ain't nobody about to get no shootout. You know what I'm saying? They probably pass a gun, but ain't nobody about to get no motherfucking shootout. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got kids and is doing their thing. Nigga ain't about to get in a shootout with you and you beefing with somebody else. Ain't nobody doing all that whole shit. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, it's on and popping, baby. It's on and fucking popping. You know, you got this motherfucking spiritual, whoever doing the spiritual shit on their phone, or however they doing it, to be fucking up a nigga, trying to fuck up a nigga penis and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, I count it down. I said, I'm gonna count this down to see how many times they try me. You know what I'm saying? They tried me again this past tonight. They tried me again, trying to play with my shit. You know what I'm saying? On some bullshit, and I think it's through a phone, because I've been just watching motherfuckers, and motherfuckers either doing shit through the phone majority of the time, or they just doing that shit in the spirit. And that's a bad motherfucker to fuck up somebody's shit, and you probably miles away, or you probably near, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, it made me prepared for a motherfucker to be on spiritual shit. A motherfucker was on the internet talking about it in 2016, like people, watch out for people close to you that be doing this spiritual shit, this and this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? It was just a viral video going around. So I took heed to it. And now this shit has been happening to me ever since. You know what I'm saying? That black magic shit and voodoo shit. You know, you know what I'm saying? This shit been hit me ever since. You know, but I was prepared mentally to see if it happened. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, I'm already dealing with a situation with a young lady that's on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Because she fronting for her friends and shit. And now them motherfuckers mad because I ain't continue talking to her so she could do whatever the fuck she was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And she couldn't do it because I dropped it like a bad habit. You know what I'm saying? I had to play her like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew she was fronting for her friends, and she was telling her friends, you know, my lights off, and just making up all type of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, I kept on fucking with her so I could drop her ass like a bad habit, and they all got pissed, and they all been after me ever since, and they all built a whole chat group on the book and on the gram to talk about a nigga, you know what I'm saying? And there's more to it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't sitting here about to talk a whole fucking video about this shit, you know what I'm saying, from start to now. But yeah, the motherfuckers talking about he a good person. Like, man, what the fuck you telling me a good person for? I don't give a fuck if you a bad person or a good person. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? That shit is shown by actions. And people's actions is really being shown that they just want to be a bullshit ass person. I don't mean they a bad person. They just being a bullshit ass hoe ass person. You know what I'm saying? At the heart. You know what I'm saying? Either they playing or they ain't. You know? You doing it to me, so this is how I feel. You a bullshit ass person. Period. You know what I'm saying? You're a hoe ass motherfucker. You know? I ain't about to say, oh, you a bad person, because you just a bullshit ass person. That's just how I feel. you know, whack as hell, doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You know. So, yeah. So, it's, you know, that's just the reason me doing this video, because motherfucker talk about he was a good person. Hey, man, you don't go on with that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I just come to this motherfucker for a couple reasons, not to see what the fuck is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see it happen again. I want to see it happen another again. I want to make it official what the fuck is going on. And I made it official to know what the fuck is going on where I go.